All right, welcome back to LearnWire. Let's take a look at Keto Crush, the Keto Crush AI Pinterest project that I've been working on for the last about 6 to 8 weeks. Let's see where we're at. So you can see we're approaching 50,000 views, and you can go back and watch this playlist, right? There's a Pinterest playlist on my LearnWire channel, and you'll be able to go back and look at the very first video. I believe we literally had no view, and you can see I'm growing this website only using Pinterest traffic. I think this is the new way to do SEO and the new way to do niche websites particularly. I know that SEO isn't going to go away, especially for e-commerce brands or local business, but for building out niche websites, it makes just total sense to use other platforms. And in this case, we're using Pinterest, and we're going to stick to niches that would do well on Pinterest, like recipes, like home decor, do it yourself, all those kind of things, or fitness and health. Those industries and those categories do well on Pinterest, and so we're just going to stay inside of that, in the neighborhood of all those topics. But you can see over here, 48,000 right over here, and I'm going to go and look at save. This is a good way. You can look at how many total pins you have posted right now. You can see we had a pin go out 26 minutes ago, and we have 1.3 thousand pins. Now you'll be able to see a couple of different cool things, like if we come over here to the keto desserts, we have 746 pins, right? So almost 75% of the pins are keto desserts, but I can show you kind of why that's happening. If you stick with me in the video, I'll show you why we went after keto desserts. And then now we're going to pick another category, and we're going to go after that as well. And I'll kind of show you the reasoning behind that, why we kind of attack one at a time. Because when you have someone working full time on the project, you have to keep them busy, and you want to go after things that are popular, and then they can kind of get more work done when they're creating in the same category. And then we can just go down the list and start tackling all these different categories that we've built out right here. Now what I'm going to do is just come over here and show you some of the stats. No one else is showing you this stuff. There's other people that are creating this content like this, and they're showing you about Pinterest and getting traffic and stuff, but I don't think that they're not revealing their website to you. They're not revealing the traffic that they're getting, the results that they're getting, not in front of you. So that's why I think that my content is unique. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you can get more updates like this. This is a live public case study right over here. You can see over the last 30 days, we're almost hitting that 1,000 clicks mark, right? So that means that we're getting 1,000 visitors in 1 month from only Pinterest. This is more traffic than I've been able to get on my other websites that I've created before in a faster amount of time. So it's not only that I think that we've already answered the question, does this stuff work? But not only can it work, but it can actually work very fast, right? And we haven't even seen the true potential of what Pinterest can actually create for us, because I have a buddy that did Pinterest for like a year. He paid somebody and they created a bunch of pins for them, and they actually didn't get a bunch of traffic until about 10, 11 months into the project. That's when some of the pins actually caught the algorithm and took off. And so right now what we're seeing is just a massive influx of 100 pins that we've pinned over the last 6 to 8 weeks. And you're going to have these fluctuations right over here, really high points, and then right now kind of a low point, and then it'll go back up. But probably has not even had the opportunity to catch up with our account. But you can see over here, we're almost getting 1,000 clicks. So that's just crazy. But let's see what the last 7 days is going on. We're still up on clicks, up on engagements. Impressions went down 5%. Total audience saves. But look you have a fully engaged account that we've basically forced to happen over the last 6 to 8 weeks right over here. So over the last 7 days, almost bringing in 400 clicks. That's impressive, considering that I don't see this with niche website builders using Google Search Console, right? So pretty cool stuff. We can go and look at the last 90 days. The project, I don't even think has hit 90 days yet. You can see right over here. And so we're at 961 outbound clicks right over here, 55,000 impressions total. And you can see that hockey stick growth right there. And then it does some estimations right over here, but I'm completely confident that this is going to go fire right back up. And you can see some of the popular pins that are impressions. We've got keto egg muffins, keto hamburgers. It's all over the place, right? Enchiladas, muffins. So there isn't really a category that's getting the most impressions. It's just all across the board, right? We just took massive action, really, is what we did. So those are the analytics, almost 1,000 clicks right there. Super cool. What else have we done on the project? Well, I finally got around to at least updating the homepage. It's not that great, but we've added the Pinterest icon up here, social media icon. Welcome to Keto Crush. If you hover over Explore More, it takes you to the blog. So we click on that. It's going to take us over to the blog right over here, and people can go and start finding stuff. I do need to figure out a way and probably put in a better filtering system so people can find what they're looking for, maybe a search bar and so forth. But I haven't really done a whole lot with the site until we're starting to get probably 5,000 visitors or more. Then I'll pay more attention to it. We changed this image out, and then I also put interested in the keto lifestyle. Our website educates about the keto diet and gives the best keto recipes you can find on the web. Take a look around and enjoy. So everything is just kind of updated. There's nothing you can click on right here. It's just kind of a placeholder right now. Obviously, if we're getting a bunch of traffic in here, I'm going to want to turn this into some type of lead magnet and try to sell something like that, right? But at least we have a website that people can land on and feel like it's an actual website. And then you can come through here. I've filled these out with actual, if I hover over this, look down here, you'll be able to see this one leads to keto recipes. If they click on this right over here, if they click on this one over here, it'll take them to Keto Diet for Beginners, your friendly guide to getting started, so that they can have a nice guide. And then they explore now also takes them back to the about page. And then we have just another little chart over here. It's kind of just dummy text, if you will. And then start your keto journey right here, join now. So actually right here, this takes them to Keto Lifestyle right now. And they can kind of look at some of the Keto Lifestyle blog articles that we have on there. But it's overall, it's pretty nicely organized. We have our blog type informational articles over here. And then our recipes are on one side. And that we have those broken up, which is super cool. Simple contact page and an about page right over here that just talks about the Keto Crush lifestyle as well. So you can go and take a look at that as well. Now, what does this look like and translate to in our site, right? So I'm using Analytics WP to track my analytics. I did finally use a different Gmail account to get this hooked up to Google Search Console, but I haven't logged in yet. I don't even know. I don't really care, because the whole point of this project is that I don't care about Google and I don't care about Google Search Console. I did hook it up just to help it, and I submitted a sitemap just to help to see if we can get it indexed, but I'm not doing anything else to it. I'm not forcing indexing. I'm not using any indexing tools. What was that one on a lifetime deal that I actually purchased it a few months back, and I have a couple sites that it's hooked up to, and it seems to work pretty well, but I didn't hook that site up to it. We're not doing anything special at all other than Google knows what our sitemap is, and so they can crawl it whenever they want to. I will do this test real quick, and we'll go and look if there's any pages indexed on Google at all. So we'll come over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 pages are indexed on Google completely naturally. Didn't do anything to force that to happen. There were actually a couple pages that were already indexed before I did the Google Search Console anyways. And so that's just information for you guys, because I know that most of you are interested in ranking your sites on Google and so forth, but I'm not doing anything else. All I care about is Pinterest and traffic. We're going to come in here to the website, and then I don't even want to log in to Google Search Console. And so that's why I installed this tool called Analytics WP. And I like that it just shows me what pages are ranking, shows me where the traffic's coming from. And that's all I want to know. And I think that people that are beginners or niche website builders, really that's all you want to know, right? You want to know how much traffic you're getting, what pages they're visiting the most, and where the traffic's coming from. That's literally all the information I need to know in order to make informed decisions about my business. Because I'm not doing keyword research over here or anything like that. I'm using PinClicks for keyword research and we're doing all of our keyword research is based on Pinterest, not Google. I don't care about Google. Remember that. So we're coming over here and you can see just really great growth. Yeah, there's a dip right now, but that's going to come back. That's normal. I mean, you can see, look at these big dips right over here. They come that way. If we come over here and just look like over the last 30 days, maybe you'll be able to see these big dips right here. And then it climbs back up, and then a dip, and then climbs back up, and then a big dip down there, and then a climb back up, right? So I'm not worried about that at all. But you can see over here all time, we got 1.1 thousand unique people. So obviously we can't fake that between just my virtual assistant and me logging into the website like once every couple of weeks. That's only going to account for one person. So this is a unique traffic right here. Page views are at almost 2,500 page views. And that's the number that's actually important. So if I'm going to come over here to last 30 days, this almost 2,000 page views in the last 30 days, that is climbing very quickly. And that's the page views is a lot of time is what they're looking for when you're trying to get ads on your website. They want to know like, hey, do you have 30,000 page views, 50,000 page views? But a lot of times it's also unique. What is your unique traffic is 1,000 unique users over the last 30 days. And then the views per person is actually almost 2 per person. If we actually go over here and look at all time, we're actually at 2.18 pages per visit. And that's good because that means that people are coming to the site and they're actually looking around. They're looking at another page. They're not just clicking off immediately. This is your bounce rate. This is a different way that this tool measures bounce rate than other tools, but we would like this to come down to 70% or lower. It is a little bit high right now, 81%, but you also have to take a little bit of this. Some of you have probably visited the site. So of course we're taking this with a grain of salt as far as we'll probably probably shave off 20% of the numbers because you guys are probably going to the site and checking it out anyways. Even though I'm not leaving the link in the description or anything like that, I'm sure that some of the traffic people are going to. But I think that the most interesting thing that you're going to see in this video is that when we come down here and I can show you right here, Pinterest has produced 709 traffic right here. And I don't know why it gets split up like this. We have what is that? Canada Pinterest for this Pinterest right here. So the www has the most traffic, and then regular Pinterest, 11 right there. We've had 67 visitors from Google. And you can see right over here, just different Pinterests that are broken up. We're getting found in DuckDuckGo, another search engine, and then Pinterest and Pinterest right over here. So, but you can see all these Pinterest right here. I think that you are convinced Pinterest will bring traffic to your site if you do it like I'm doing it right now. And this is really all the information that I really want to know about. And you could even take this right here. We can go and we could actually take this and we could copy all this right here. And I have Merlin open because we're going to use that in a second. But what we can do is I'm just going to go into ChatGPT real quick. And I'm just going to say, all right, so I'm going to put this sentence in here. We'll see this is just off the cuff what I'm putting in. I'm going to give them the data. And then ChatGPT should be able to go out there and actually make a little quick table for us so we can tally all this together. And this is another way you could use this as a stat. That is something that I would like them to put in their tool. Maybe right over here is maybe like a little thing on the bottom that kind of can keys down all the Pinterests and just kind of puts them into one little section that just says Pinterest. That'd be pretty cool, but it's obviously separated by the different URLs of Pinterest. And let's see. So it came over here and it says Pinterest all combined is 736 right there and 88% of the window shoppers rate right there. So we have the least amount of bounce rate on Google. So that's pretty cool. All right. And then we can come over here and we can look at popular pages. We can come and just see the home page. People are going to the home page. People are going and looking at the keto desserts page right here because we did a lot of work on keto desserts, right? When we come back over here and we go back over to the page, we're going to be able to see that we did a ton of work on keto desserts. So we'll come over here. Keto desserts has 746 pins, far more than any other category. So naturally, you would expect that we would get more traffic to that page. And when you go and click on those pins, we actually are sending them. We are actually sending them to this page right here. So we're controlling traffic to that page by the pins that we're creating, which is super cool. We have one pin that just completely took off and we're sending people to the keto biscuits page right there, 100 people to that page. We have people checking out the blog page, the hamburger casserole, the keto lime pie, the enchiladas. Look at this. People are actually visiting the contact page. And this is where when people are looking at the about page, the categories, all kinds of good stuff, this keto recipes, that's great. So obviously, this is to prove the concept because once we really start getting good traffic, then that's when I would actually probably hire someone to create real recipes. Maybe we'd even create a real unique recipe book that we could sell for $5, $10 or whatever like that. We could even break it out and sell the best keto breads, the best keto desserts, the best when people can buy those. And I would do it on a small, like it would be a low cost type item. We could also become an affiliate from an affiliate program that offers great keto products. There's all kinds of things that we can do. Of course, we can put ads on the site as well, but I'm going to wait until it's too early to worry about that. We want to get a lot of traffic. I want to get to 5,000, 10,000 visitors and so forth in order to, then we'll start thinking about monetization. Now, you're probably wondering how you can do this. Well, I would just go over here. I'm going to use Merlin right now. I told you guys I'm going to start using Merlin more. And so I said, give me 10 low competition niches that would do well for promoting on Pinterest. I'm going to go like this, but I'm going to make sure that I turn on the live search right here. It's already on. We're going to go Claude 3.5. And for this one, I'm going to go with ChatGPT 4.0. because it is the most expensive, but I do think that it does a little bit better at like live research. And so that's what I want to use for this. And I'm going to say, boom, it's going to go out there and figure out some niches for us. And so for those of you that are wondering like how to go about finding a niche that you could go out there and start creating one of these sites on your own, you could use a strategy like this. We have gardening tips and tools. We have vertical gardening, weight loss for specific demographic, like so weight loss for men that are 60 or older, something like that, right? That's when you start getting specific. It's telling you to get specific. Don't just create a weight loss site, but create a weight loss site that has a very specific target audience, pet photography. And remember, we're building niche websites, so they should actually be small. They should be very targeted And this is not a good example of a niche website. Keto Crush, I'm kind of covering everything, right? So we're actually trying to build a monster keto website. I actually did that wrong, and I'll take full responsibility for that. I should have we should have done something very specific or only focus on keto desserts or something like that. I recommend if you're getting started on this to possibly look at diving in and being very specific with your niche. But you can see right over here, look at budget travel tips right over here. There could be so many affiliate programs that you could associate with. This would be a great, AI would be able to create some really good images for this. So this would be a great niche right here. So then now you can say for number 5, give me 10 specific niches that are smaller, something like that. Just really have a conversation, ask more specific questions if you want, but now it's going to take that. So now you can see we have solo, female, travel on a budget, family budget travel, digital nomad budget travel, backpacking on a budget, eco-friendly budget travel, culinary travel. So people always have problems or trouble and questions with how to find a niche, right? And I think that we just spend way too much time on that when we really should spend more time on taking action, because the more you test, look, like on this Pinterest test right here, I'm 1 of 1. And keto is probably one of the biggest, it's a huge niche, right? Millions of people are on keto. Millions of people are interested in it. It's a massive, gigantic niche. And I'm not even being specific over here, and it's working, right? This one is not a low competition niche at all. And we're proving that we can get traffic from it. So my point is that if you can come in here and get more specific with your niche right over here, and then just take action, right? So I'm 1 for 1. I'm going to start another Pinterest site as well on the side. I probably won't be sharing that with you guys, what the actual website is and so forth. But I'm more big on taking action, and any of these would work. So we already have, you already have your answer right over here. You're using AI to create the content. You're using AI to create the images. Does it really matter what the niche is? No, not really, right? If you're going to personally write on the blog, then obviously it's going to be a niche that you're personally related to and that you're passionate about. But for building niche websites, for most of us, it's to try to make money from them, try to sell them when they start making money, or to keep them as a monthly recurring income. And it really doesn't matter what the niche is, as long as you can, it's going to do well on Pinterest, right? So with this strategy, you just want to make sure I would go to Pinterest, and I would also research and make sure that there's a niche and a market for it on Pinterest. But these are all really great ones. And then what you would do is you would just pick one and then go for it. And then once you get a solid foundation, like I've got finally getting a solid foundation and we're getting traffic, now you can go after another one and pick another website and build that site as well. Okay. And you guys are finally wondering, I'm going to go into Publer real quick. This is the site. I'll leave a link below. I haven't done a review on Publer yet. I will. You can just type in Publer below if you want me to do a full review on Publer. But I'm going to go over here into the calendar and just show you that we are scheduled out quite a bit of days. So here's all the posts that my virtual assistant is working on. It's December right now. So we'll come through here and look at December 9th right over here. And then we're scheduled out through December 22nd. So we are scheduled out to December 23rd. So we're almost being scheduled out to Christmas. I'd like to get it to where we're scheduled out 1 month in advance, and then I'd be comfortable with starting that next website. And you can actually use the same virtual assistant to kind of create that other one, get way ahead on one of the sites, and then create the next website. And then they'll have to, once they work on that site for about 2 weeks, get it up and running and everything, then they can kind of go back and forth. You can tell them to make sure that they're a couple of days ahead on both projects. But then that's probably the extent that they're going to they probably won't be able to work on more than 2 of these sites at a time of just creating pins and so forth. This next site I'm going to set up completely. They actually set this site up and did all the content and everything, and they're trained on to use Koala to do that, which is super cool. But this next site, I think I'm going to build out myself so they can just continue building pins and so forth. So what do you guys think? Obviously, I think that if there's any question that you have, can Pinterest bring traffic to a website? Well, I think that we've already answered that question. It can bring traffic very quickly to a website, but we did put a lot of work into this, and I'm not going to lie to you on that one. Obviously, go into the Pinterest account and just look. With 1,300 pins, we have a nice uniform branded images right over here. We're using multiple tools and so forth. So this isn't just some fly-by-night project. We're actually working on it and trying to do the best that we can to provide value. Now that the traffic's coming, I'm really going to probably focus on any content that I add will actually be verified, real good recipes and so forth. So that way, when people do land and try out one of the recipes, they actually have a good experience, and then they would want to come back or they would want to buy one of our products. Okay. So that's it for the update. Obviously, we are starting to get traffic, 50,000 views on the Pinterest page and over 1,000 or about 1,000 clicks to our website from Pinterest. This works. This is something that I think if you do it right and you build a real branded Pinterest pages, that you could actually, this could be a really good niche website building strategy. What do you guys think? Thanks for tuning in. I'll keep you guys posted on this project. See you next time.